can keep the noise down to a minimum.
She didn't get his name. She said he is an attorney, so.
Okay. All right. Everybody, just to remind you that under the current iteration of the rule, which I anticipate might change at some point in the immediately foreseeable future, if you are not an employee of the Court of Justice, masks are still required in the courthouse. So that is the rule. All right. Do you all have a case you want to call?
Yes, sir.
William Thompson?
This is separate.
Okay.
We get the schedule, we've gotten it. We just need to put on for next week.
Okay. Let me see here. Mr. Thompson, did I give you your indictment already? Do you have a copy of your indictment?
I don't think we got that far last time, Judge. She said he had a higher return.
Okay. Yeah, I knew I saw him, and I usually try to give a copy of the indictment when I see somebody, but I may have forgotten. Okay, well, that explains that. Couldn't reach through there and get it for you. There you go, partner. If you don't mind handing that to Mr. Thompson and or his attorney for me. All right. Mr. Wilcutt, I'm getting better at seeing who people are behind the mask. Yeah. I saw you in here earlier, so I should have known, but I felt like I better look and make sure. Mr. Wilcutt, I'm going to guess that you don't need me to read Mr. Thompson's rights to him or read that indictment to him, that you all can handle that at your own speed. Is that right? Okay. So we're going to enter a plea of not guilty for Mr. Thompson here today. We're going to set it for, you said next Monday, you all give you time to do what you need to do. You want to do that in the morning or afternoon docket?
Anyway, Judge, let's keep it on the hour.
All right. All right. We'll do the afternoon. We got more time in the afternoon. So if y'all are okay with that, we'll do 1 o'clock. Okay. So that's 5:24, right? Today being the 17th, 5:24, 1 o'clock. Mr. Thompson, just stay in contact with your attorney there. Okay. And he'll get you taken care of. We'll see you back here next Monday at 1 o'clock. Thank you. All right, I'm going to run down through this list of people that we've got, if that's all right with you all. Virginia Vincent. Thank you. All right. Miss Vincent, I think this is, we'll be checking on some payments. Is that right?
Yeah, the last time I was here, I had made 3 payments and my balance never changed.
Okay. When was the last time you were here, if you can remember? Do what?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember? Me neither.
Rescheduled.
Yeah, it had to get rescheduled several times. Looks like maybe October. That sound right? And then I'd say that's, I'm looking at some receipts here since then, and your balance is going down every time on those since then. So, yeah. All right. So, I mean, you're making payments, and I mean, I guess that's what we need to do is just keep. Yeah, I have a receipt from Friday.
No, the camera's not working.
Okay. So I guess why don't we just put it out, maybe review it every 6 months or so, as long as you're making payments. We'll just be, I just have to kind of keep up with it because it's going to be a while, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to note here that you were here. And that we'll review this. That'll be November, let's call it the 15th. And, hopefully by then, things will be a little bit more normal than they've been for the last 14 or 15 months. And you might even be able to call, prior to that day and just make sure if you've made all your payments between now and then. What we'll do is just put it out another 2 months or another 6 months and just kind of keep doing that. I won't make you come in as long as things are okay. All right. Thank you. Danny Irvin. With an E. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Irvin. How are you? I'm doing fine. This is a what we call an arraignment. Do you have an attorney? I was thinking that I saw a note somewhere that said he was going to represent you. Does he know about this? Well, I can't promise that we sent this to him with this court date on it. I have it in here where it got sent to you, but I can't promise that it got sent to him. Why don't what would you think about me moving this to next Monday and I send this to him to be sure he knows about it? I just had him in a hearing just a minute ago and he didn't say anything about it. So I'm wondering if he didn't know about it. Bobby Richardson. And we sent, typically when they send these court notices out, they send them just to the client and not to the attorney. And so I'd say that's what happened. And I'm not sure that he's ever been here in court with you. I have a note that he was going to represent you, but I'm not sure that he's actually appeared with you. So they wouldn't have known to send it to him. But I can do this, Mr. Irvin, if you want me to. I can give you, would you hand that to him? I can give you a copy of this. And if you get a chance to actually go see him before this, you can show him that, but otherwise we'll just see you on.
If I give it to him, then I'm come back in a later date, service to my wife who works, and I'm probably being here around.
Well, if he wants to come up here, if he wants to come back up here with you, that'll be fine. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on for Monday or for next Monday, but if y'all come back today, or you can have Bobby call if he wants to do it on another day, that's fine.
I'll be down to Bob just 2 minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, sir, thank you.
David Scott. All right, Mr. Scott, you are also here for what we call an arraignment. Do you have an attorney, sir? Do you need to discuss with me whether you can get an attorney appointed to represent you? Do you own real estate like where you live? Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna see if you don't mind handing that to, we might keep you busy for the next few seconds. If you don't mind handing that to Mr. Berry. Mr. Berry, I can go ahead and appoint your office.
Okay, but acknowledge receiving a copy of the indictment with formal arraignment.
All right. We'll set Mr. Scott here for a pretrial conference on, let's call it, you're going to be here June 28th. All right. Every Monday I have to recheck to see who's going to be here. So Greg, we'll do June 28th at 1 o'clock. Mr. Scott, just stay in contact with your attorney. He'll give you some information or get some from you, and you all be sure you talk before you come back. Okay. All right. Thank you. Robert Sewer.
Judge, I have a motion on Mr. Suter.
Okay. Mr. Sewer, the Commonwealth has filed a motion. That motion was for a hearing on, to decide whether your probation is going to be revoked or you're going to stay on probation. I'm going to make sure that the DPA is still representing you. So, Mr. Berry, I'll reappoint you. This is post-judgment.
That'll be,
Okay. We can, since he's out of custody, do you, well, I tell you, is she going to be here June the 8th? Is that a day she's not here? Yeah, I think it is too. Let's set it for June the 8th at 1:30. Mr. Suver, until you hear different, you're still on probation, so be sure that you're reporting to your probation officer like you're supposed to be, okay? And, you know, the die has not been cast, so you're not revoked yet. Don't get in any more trouble between now and then, and you might live to fight another day, all right? All right, thank you. Randy Williams. All right. How you doing, Randy? I'm going to hand you a copy of your indictment and hand one to Mr. Berry. I'm going to guess you need me to appoint a lawyer. Is that right? You don't? Are you going to hire one? Well, this is a Class C felony in a PFO. You probably need to have a lawyer, don't you? Well, that doesn't keep you from needing a lawyer. Do what? Well, I don't know if that's true.
My mother come in here, my girlfriend, and tell you what's really happening, because he sent out a letter to. He sent it back to him. I don't get to know nothing about that. Probably read it up.
They sent a letter to me, you're saying?
Now, again, the Commonwealth attorney sent her a letter.
Okay.
And she sent it back to him and tell him what happened.
Oh, okay.
You had to listen to me downstairs. I got arrested in my own house. I'm the one with assaulted.
Well, let me tell you, Randy, I think what I'm going to need to do is, at least for the time being, I need to appoint an attorney for you and let you at least go in and talk with them. And I mean, you may decide that you don't want them. And if you do, they can tell me and we'll go from there. Okay. But I mean, you've been around the block a time or two. You know how things can turn on you if you're not careful. In a case where you got a PFO and a Class C felony charge, you know what I'm saying? Do what?
I could never have it.
Well, that, I understand that that's how you feel, but that doesn't mean that you don't have them. Mr. Berry, who would get this one?
I'll take this one, John.
All right, let's, you all right with just going ahead and waiving a formal arraignment, putting a,
I'm sorry, if we could, acknowledge receiving a copy of the indictment with formal.
all right, let's go for a, let's do a pretrial conference on July the 12th at 1 o'clock. Mr. Williams, you know how it works, all right? You'll need to make an appointment to see your attorney and talk with him and tell him your side of it. And then if he needs to do anything, he'll have time to do it, okay?
What was that pretrial conference city?
July 12. Joseph Bell. Okay. All right. This one is on I'm guessing that this is just a restitution matter. It's probation over with probably.
Now that I remember, Judge, I think, it might be wrong, I'm trying to remember, he got out on parole.
Okay,
And told the restitution, some of that ridiculous amount about. I don't think we necessarily have to have a revocation hearing yet. I was gonna ask to put it on for review. Yes, obviously, the attorney. I guess just trying to determine what you can pay this.
yeah.
How much is that?
All right, Mr. Berry, let me go ahead and appoint you and then why don't we set it for review maybe in the middle or towards the end of July, just so you all have time to talk. What has happened is that, as Mr. Richardson pointed out, I mean, this is a 2014 case and he just had a restitution payment that we need to just get back on track with him paying. We're not going to be, there really isn't anything to revoke per se. There's just a contempt issue. But if he can start paying and you all come up with a plan.
I've got 2 receipts here while already making payments, and I put 2 more payments in the Dropbox downstairs earlier before I went upstairs.
Okay,
What it is this pandemic, we got custody of our grandson, so it was, me and my wife both were out of work. And so stimulus I was getting, I was helping her with, buying food and stuff like that. But, I've got a back pay I'm supposed to be getting this week, and I'm going to try to pay the good majority of it off.
okay, well, good. Listen, I mean, let's review it on July 19th and we'll see what kind of progress he's made. And I mean, I'm not looking to get anybody in any trouble as long as we can get some money coming in on this restitution just to have it,
Just to let him know, we're not gonna seek to revoke this, if he's actually paid something.
Sure. I mean, all we're trying to do is just get the ball back rolling. So, just keep doing what you're doing. And if you get some money and you want to start and you want to make a big chunk, that'd help. All right. All right. Thank you. Hey, I've got Oldham County on here, the Oldham County, John or Reese, I forgot which one of y'all's doing the Cody Stinnett case, but that's who they've got. Has anybody happened to talk to his attorney?
No.
Okay, I just didn't know if he knew. I do not have a motion. That doesn't mean it hadn't been filed and just hadn't made it into the file yet. But since that's the only person they've got, I thought I'd try to go ahead and call that unless we were waiting on.
I didn't. I'm wrong. I didn't file one. So I'll have to get a motion done instead of hearing.
Do you want me to just go ahead and set it for next Tuesday and then you maybe try to talk to his attorney between now and then and see if that'll work?
Sure.
I just don't want to keep that facility tied up
I
there.
understand.
All right. Can I get Cody Stinnett, who's in the Oldham County Detention Center? I do not know if their camera's not on, so I don't know if they can hear me or not. We'll come back to it. Gary Simmons. All right. This, I believe, is we're reviewing some payments. Last time I saw Mr. Simmons was way back in July of last year, and then all heck broke loose. So I hadn't seen him since then. It was a restitution thing, Mr. Berry, and I don't know, you were trying to get SSI, Gary. I don't know if we know anything more about it than we did then.
Well, I went there this morning, and said all the lawyers did hear it, a good price, said they could get it by the end of the day.
Okay, who was it now that you're
Very much.
Burchett? All right. But so you haven't heard anything from the SSI, at least you haven't gotten a letter saying you're getting it and you haven't gotten a letter saying you ain't getting it. All right. I mean, I know that takes a while, so I don't know if you all just want to take a look at going down the road 3 or 4 months and, trying again. You haven't gotten any sort of, did you get any sort of stimulus money or anything like that?
No, somebody claimed me on their taxes, and I didn't get it.
Well, who would have done that?
I don't know. I don't even know how to figure it out.
Who told you that?
Called it 1-800 number IRS.
All right, why don't we do this then? Let's come back on, let's look at September the 20th. 4 months.
Is there any way that you can get that letter from Merchant, give it to Greg?
I'll tell him.
Let us know where you are in the process.
Yeah, let's try to go ahead and get that, okay? And let Mr. Berry have it so he can send it in. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. Do you all have Cody Stinnett ready?
Yes.
Good deal. I think you all know this, but I don't have a camera working for you.
Yeah, our cameras are down.
Okay. Mr. Stinnett is going to be the subject of a motion filed by the Commonwealth that hadn't been filed yet. His attorney is not present, but we're going to go ahead and schedule the hearing. Do you have any idea if he's going to be finished with whatever he's doing?
I have to, you say, yeah.
Yeah, we got just a PI.
He just got a PI.
Yeah, so is that over with?
Almost. I think we got court today, Mr. Alexander.
All right. So you expect that that'll be over with fairly soon, whatever happens, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're going to try, since we don't have Mr. Davenport on here. I don't know that he's going to be available for this, but we're going to try to put your hearing on for next Tuesday. And then I'm going to have the Commonwealth talk with him, and we'll just check back in and make sure that we can get you on that day and, just kind of see what happens.
You say next Tuesday?
Yeah, I don't really know. It's hard with you being up there, and I mean, you may be back down here by then.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
All right. So Ms. Gardner, you'll take care of that for me, getting in touch with him. All right. So that's Tuesday, May the 25th at 1:30 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. George Carter. Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Carter, you were placed on pretrial diversion. Looks like maybe 3 years ago. Your diversion's up. It'll be up any minute now. And so this is the final thing. And the Commonwealth says that it's satisfied with your progress. So we will enter an order that dismisses the charges consistent with your original agreement, okay? Can I ask you a question? Would you mind, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but either tell me your address or write it down so that we can, unless it's the same as it always has been, so that I can make sure you get a copy of this. 165 Goodnight Terrace Road, Cave City. All right, ma'am. You ought to get something from us within a week or so. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you don't have to go back and report or anything. You're done. All right, thank you. James Crabtree.
So this is our motion. He's completed the motion, but still owes restitution.
Okay.
I don't know what his plans are.
And I'm handling it.
Yeah, he's made a payment last week or within the last 10 days or so, leaving a balance of $677.99. What kind of plans do you have to attack that?
$50 a month.
Okay.
What I would ask is I'll just continue this motion generally and maybe set it in 4 to 5 months for review, see if he's making.
Okay.
I got 3 receipts right here, Mr. Honor.
Have you?
I paid on the last 3 months.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it might be worthwhile me looking at that because I see a receipt from March and then I see a receipt from a few days ago. Those are the only 2 I see.
I got 3 right here.
Yeah, let's take a look at those if you don't care. I want to make sure you're getting credit. Thank you. Well, sure enough. All right, thank you. The receipt isn't in here, but that payment came off your balance. So I guess that's,
Oh, that's good.
I guess that's good enough. I mean, yeah. All right. So Ms. Gardner, why don't we do this? Why don't we review it? Let's say September 20th. All right. And, just keep paying what you're paying. If you can get any more, you might want to pay it too, just to get done quicker.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you September 20th at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That's 4 months, just so that we can maintain, your progress. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Melissa Sturgeon. All right. This is payments too, right? So it looks like, again, it's hard for me to figure out when I saw you last because it's been so long. Not your fault. Probably June.
I was thinking it was June or July.
Yeah. So you've made some payments since then. Like you made all 2 in August, so that would be July and August. 1 in October. I mean, I guess we just need to make sure that you keep on paying on your schedule here, or as close to it as humanly possible. And maybe review hers in 6 months too. Looks like, without me, I can't really count all those because there's too much paperwork in there and I don't have enough time. But it looks like she's made probably close to 11 payments in that 11 months.
The only payment that I hadn't made like consecutive monthly was April, which my supervisor, officer, that I report to,
Mhm.
explained it to him in the situation. He said if I could double up the payments we made, that should be fine.
Okay. Why don't we go down 6 months, which as luck would have it is November the 15th, it looks like. And that's just so that we can keep, make sure that these payments are coming in. And then if nothing's going to happen as long as you keep paying like you're supposed to. Okay. All right. Thank you.
So November 15th.
November 15th at 10 o'clock. Is that Brandy Abbott back there? All right. We got her on for sentencing. Let me ask, before I do that, Mr. Davis, can you hear me? Lee Davis?
I can, Your Honor. Sorry about that. I was doing.
No, that's fine. Somebody called from Simpson County last week and told us that we needed to move Mr. Wicks to 1 o'clock, but I see him on my screen right now. He's here at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's anything that we can accomplish or not, but because I think you thought it was going to be on here at 1, because I think we told you that.
Well, yeah, but I'd like to do it now if I could, Your Honor. I also have Jason Booth on. As far as Mr. Wick's cases, Your Honor, I sent a letter to the Commonwealth in negotiations. I have not gotten a reply, and I just have not. He's got 2 cases, and I think I just need a little bit more time to try to negotiate with the Commonwealth. I think we may be able to resolve this. So I'm asking for another 2 weeks to get that, and if we can't get it, then we'll just set him for trial.
I can just make a note and I'll write them later, because my file is out in the other.
Okay. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's fine, but we'll just make a note here, and I don't have a problem if you want to do. Oh, you do have it. Yeah. All right. Well, 2 weeks is going to be Memorial Day, so if we do something that in that realm, it'll have to be.
Okay. What date pleases the court, Your Honor?
Probably, I will tell you this. I tried to I tried to promise my clerk I wouldn't put any more pre-trials on for the first 2 Mondays of June, because we've got like close to 100 on those days.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I would prefer June 21st, but I don't know if the Commonwealth's going to be here that day. Y'all gonna be here June 21st? Oh, time out. I know the judge isn't gonna be here that day. That's Judicial College. Yeah. And then they aren't gonna be here June the 28th.
Could
and
we
then
go to July, Your Honor, please?
July the 5th is the 4th of July holiday. So it'll have to be the 12th. I mean, before you know it, you ask
Oh
for
my
2
God.
weeks, it's gonna be 2 months. I mean, if you'd rather do it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we'll try to squeeze it in.
No, Your Honor, it's a complex case, both of them. And if we could go to the 19th, I've got a jury trial scheduled for the 12th.
All right. I understand.
And unfortunately, these issues are going to take a lot of time and research. So,
Well, usually when we get to the summer, all these kinds of things start to happen. That's when a combination of people not being available and vacations and.
yes, sir. Could we go to the 19th at 10 a.m., Your Honor, please?
Yeah, we can try 10 a.m.,
Thank you, sir.
7/19. And that'll be, if we find out that the jail, and I'm not sure if Mr. Wicks will still be in Simpson County or not, but if he is, we may have to get back with you on that, because we always have to check a little
Yes,
bit
sir.
closer to time. And I expect that at least when it comes to inmates and incarcerated folks, we'll still be doing remote Zoom things for the foreseeable future.
Yes, sir. And Your Honor, is Jason Booth, could we possibly do that? I know if he's going to be available until 1:30 or not.
Did you all have an agreement on that?
Yes, Your Honor. I emailed you that agreement and I filed
thought
it
you
with the
did.
clerk.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be on till later.
Okay. And Your Honor, then I'll join it at 1:30 or 1 o'clock, sir.
Yeah, I mean, just when, with the jails kind of come in whenever they get available. So I can't promise you when he'll be here, but is he in,
He's in Rotor.
yeah, they're usually fairly timely or they don't get on at all. So,
Yes, sir.
but they're usually prompt if they do get on.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Then I'll join you at 1 o'clock if I may be excused.
Please, 1 second.
Yeah, John, Mr. Gardner wants to say something.
I was looking through my emails. I've misplaced that. Would you send me? Can you resend it?
I will resend it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Mr. Wicks, do you have something?
Yeah, I just, Mr. Davis would get a hold of me and talk to me or something, or.
Yeah.
He will.
I will.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Barry, we're on for sentencing, I do believe, with Miss Abbott. Has she had the chance to look at her PSI?
She has.
Okay. Are there any impediments to proceeding with her sentencing then at this time? All right. So it looks like to me that the Commonwealth had recommended a sentence of 2 years, probated for a period of 3 years with a SSC assessment. Is that still what the Commonwealth is recommending?
It is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Barry, if other than to ask me to do that, does Ms. Abbott or you have anything else to say?
I don't, Judge, I don't believe it.
Do what?
I had questions, but he answered.
He answered them for you? Okay, super. All right. So, Ms. Abbott, that's what we're going to do then. I will, based upon your plea and the PSI, I will sentence you to 2 years. I'll waive your fine and costs. We'll grant your request for probation for 3 years under supervision of probation and parole. That will include an assessment through the social services clinician. Do you need her to talk with you or?
Okay, I'll know somebody's schedule, but is felonies free to offer the record expired?
They can be. It's not a quick process. I mean, because you have to wait until you're off probation and there are some other factors that go along with it. But technically, they're eligible. Now, I'm not promising you that you are eligible just because I don't know what's on your record. But yeah. Okay. All right. So you're going to report from here to probation and parole, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. What's your name? James Horton? All right, Mr. Horton, I think you're here for what we call an arraignment, right? I'm going to ask you to distribute that for me, please, sir. Mr. Horton, do you have an attorney? Do what? Are you going to get one? Yeah. Well, right now we've got, I have a public defender here, but I don't know if that's what you're going to do or not. Because you have a cash bond, fairly good sized cash bond. So I would think you're probably eligible to, or you're probably not eligible to have an attorney appointed for you. But I can give you some time to talk to, to try to go out and hire an attorney and then see whether or not you can find somebody that fits the bill and come back in with them. You want to do that? How long, what would you need? Maybe 3 or 4 weeks? Yeah. I mean, I know it's hard to get in, so, it's not like the old days. All right, why don't I give you, today's May the 17th. Why don't I put this off to June? Well, here I am again talking about June 28th, I guess is what I'll have to do.
I won't be here.
I mean, all I'm going to do is arraign him. Can I just arraign him? Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, God, I'd hate to. It'd be August before. Mr. Horton, you've got a copy of your, what we call your indictment right there. So any attorney that you talk to is going to want to see that, right? I'm going to put you on June 28th at 10 o'clock for you to show back up with your lawyer, okay? All right, thank you. Yep. All right. Mr. Bell, are you ready? Who do you have that you want to talk about?
Yes, sir.
Who would you like to talk about?
I have Joseph Davidson. He's in the office, Your Honor. He's on for an arraignment.
All right.
Hello, Joe. Hey, come around here so they can see you, Joe. I have Mr. Davidson, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
You can sit
Do
down.
you have a copy of his indictment?
Yes, Your Honor, we would acknowledge receipt of the indictment. Acknowledge Mr. Davidson being the individual named in that indictment, waive formal reading, enter plea of not guilty, ask the court to reserve rights to file any and all motions pertaining to the case.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, do you think you could live with me doing this on June 28th? As far as getting your discovery and everything, I mean, this one is, yeah, it looks like it's doable.
Copies of it.
All right. Mr. Bell, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for Mr. Davidson and put him on for a pretrial conference on 6/28, 1 o'clock, okay?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Mr. Richardson, we have a stack of documents concerning rehabs and things he's been through. I'll send those over to you. It might help expedite the case.
Okay, sounds good.
The other case that I have, is he free to go, Judge?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. He has had his ankle monitor on since January. Feel he's completed all of his rehabs. He's not had any issues that I know of with U-turn. And we would ask the court at this time to remove his ankle monitor.
Well, Mike, let me just point out that at the district court level, he had a trafficking and then his indictment's just a possession. So I could probably, yeah, I can probably live with that. We'll send something to Julie and we'll keep all the bond conditions on except for remove the need for him to have an ankle monitor on.
Yes, sir.
So that removes any sort of home incarceration or whatever that, was securing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Judge. The only other case I've got, Judge, is Steve Ginter.
Judge, Mr. Ginter, I told Mr. Bell that you were trying to work out a global, because he's got a case in similar circumstances in Marshall County that's been indicted. I have a firm offer from Marshall, adult from Warren. I'm currently working on that. So there's nothing we can really accomplish today. He's set for trial in Marshall in July. They have a pre-trial, I think, in coming up in June, I think. If we can put this on for June 28th, I should have more of a firm offer well before then to relate to Mr. Bell and see if we can try to resolve it.
I have no objections, Your Honor.
All right. Pass to 6/28 at 1 o'clock. We'll call it 1. I don't know if it might be 10, might be 1.
Yes, sir.
Whenever they tell me they can get on, although since they're not on, I don't know why I listen to them, but in any event. All right.
That concludes my business, Your Honor. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Let's see. Let me do the. Do I have a June list? I do. We try to get these jail folks done real fast so that they can get straightened up for district court. Evan Carter.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why? No, the only thing that's big on there is my enormous head instead of the person that I zoomed up. That's who ought to be big. Oh, I'm looking at that. I don't know why that is. That shouldn't be the case, should it?
It should show whatever you have versus this, but maybe I can switch it. No, I cannot.
Ms. Gardner, you'll have to reiterate what you said because I was too busy trying to figure out why that display's not working.
I had filed a motion back in December of 2012. And I spoke with Officer Alexander today, and there will be a supplement, also includes absconding. The original violation report did not include that.
Okay. So basically, we need to schedule this for a hearing, right? Okay. We can put it on next Tuesday, Mr. Berry, if that's satisfactory. Yes, sir. That will be 5/25 at 1:30. And we'll note I'm appointing DPA. All right, Mr. Carter, we shall see you then.
Thank you, sir.
That was Evan Carter, 18 CR 227. Yes, sir. Amber Carver. Yeah, you were close.
How you doing today?
Hello, Miss Carver. Miss Carver, you are here because we have, you had a warrant for failure to appear at U-turn and also failure to appear in court.
I believe for court, I was in Western State Mental Institution, and for U-turn, they let me out at night, and then I promptly forgot that I needed to go there. Like, I have a very short memory. Like, I need to go from here to there. My medications they have me on help me with it a little bit because I don't get distracted by my strange thoughts. But
Hold on just a second.
man, I wish I could read lips.
doesn't, he doesn't, but. All right, Ms. Carver, here's what we're going to do. We are going to, I think I've got your attorney's office has an expert that can come and do kind of a mental health evaluation. And that's what, I don't want to go with KCPC because that'll take longer. So I'm going to try this other way first and see if he can come and talk with you, and let's kind of get a handle on what's going on, see if there's anything we can do or need to do even to address some of these issues that you're telling me about.
Well, my medications were helping a lot and I'm currently off of them. So because I'm in here.
Well, I know, but every time I let you out, you do something to get yourself back in there. So I'm not real sure what the answer is to that dilemma.
You've never let me out on medication before, though. I just started taking these meds when they put me in Western State.
You haven't had any medication until this? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Before I was just running on crazy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that may be, I'm going to have this doctor come see you. And he probably can't come see you in a week. And then 2 weeks is a holiday. So it's going to have to be 3 weeks. I'll put you back on, but hopefully he'll get down there to see you before then.
I have to sit here the whole time?
I think that's probably going to be best. That way I know he's going to be able to see you because he's going to know where you are.
I got an address now.
I know, but your compliance with directives from the court has been sporadic at best.
Correct statement.
Huh?
That's a correct statement.
So I want this to happen, and this is the best way I can think of that it'll happen is for me to just kind of keep you where you are till he can come see you. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You bet. June 7th, 10 a.m. No, right now I just want him to talk to her. Yeah. Okay. Okay, good deal. Amber Huff. Yeah, Allison, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens often.
Well, Amber Carver's name is right above yours, and I just mixed up the two names. That was my fault.
That's all right. How are you today?
Well, I'm all right. How are you?
I could be better if I wasn't here.
I understand. Mr. Barry, I've got, just so that I don't get her name wrong again, this is Allison Huff. She is on here for an arraignment. This is her indictment. Her charge is possession of a controlled substance, first degree, theft under 500, drug paraphernalia. How do you wish to proceed?
Ms. Miles will be representing on this case. We would acknowledge receiving the indictment, wait formal arraignment on our.
Okay. Amy, while I've got you on here, did she get a recent charge? Is that what am I remembering that wrong?
Let me see, Your Honor, because we linked it as a failed to appear. Let me see if we're showing anything pending here on her report.
Ms. Huff, what's your address?
329 McKenna Street.
329 McKenna Street.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, the reason that you got that failure to appear is because they mailed you a court notice for court to that address, and it didn't come back as undelivered or undeliverable, yet you did not show up. So that is where the warrant came from. And I couldn't remember whether there was something else that happened in the intervening period of time or not. Mr. Richardson says he thought you did get a new charge back a couple months ago. That's not really what I was remembering. It wasn't that recent, or it was more recent than that in my mind. So I guess what I'm trying to do is figure out now that you know that when you have a court date, you're supposed to be at it. If I let you out, are you going to mess up and get yourself put back in jail?
No, I've been trying to go to court in Alabama also. I guess I got my court dates mixed up. I'm fighting for rights to my daughter right now, so I've got a lot of court dates coming up. But I'm not trying to come back here.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna ask, the application case, I was gonna ask the condition of the bond that she can run tested while she's waiting for this case to work out.
yeah, I mean, it would seem like to me, of course, Ms. Myers isn't here, so there really isn't, I can't, the attorney that'll be representing you is not here, but it would seem like with possession cases, you all might have the ability to get something squared away, but I'm going to put her on June 28th. I don't think Ms. Myers can be here that day, but I can't remember if that's one of the days she can't be here. But if you all get something else worked out before that, you can. If she can't be here, we'll reschedule it, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Judge, I'm showing she has 21 F-150 that she was charged on March the 11th.
Yeah,
Possession.
that's not what I know about that one. Yeah, that was what I was talking. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. All right.
I was just incorrect in my recollection. All right. So here's what's going to happen, Ms. Huff. We're going to reinstate your bond. I don't know if you have on that F case where you got out of district court, if they put you on a condition to go to U-turn for random drug screens, but since you've got two pending drug cases, I'm going to put that as a condition of your bond when you get out. And listen, I don't feel too bad about that. Okay.
Okay.
Especially if you're trying to get custody of a child back. If you're not going to be using drugs and you're going to be staying clean, then you're going to have a record showing that you're getting drug tested. So that can't hurt.
All right. Well, I thank you for that.
If you are going to keep running around and using drugs when you're not supposed to be, then society probably has an interest in the people that are talking about where your kid goes to live, being aware of that. So either way, it's a win-win for the rest of us. June 28th at 1 o'clock. Can you tell us your phone number so that I can pass that along to your attorney?
270-404-0580.
404-0580.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She didn't seem too excited about that. Randy Metter. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Berry, these are both on for arraignment, I believe. Wait, hold on, I got two more for you. Thank you. Mr. Metter, am I going to need to appoint an attorney to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Right, Mr. Berry. Okay. Okay. Plea of not guilty. Mr. Richardson, let's go with a pretrial conference of June 28th at 1 o'clock. These bonds, Greg, these are set at, each one of them is the 2,500 at 10%. I can't really remember exactly, but I think maybe he had a warrant out of Cumberland County or someplace like that at the same time.
Judge, I was gonna say on the bond, I've got particular concerns on Mr. Better. These two cases were on direct. He had been out, he was on probation, I think, these two cases in other counties for similar issues, where basically he's alleged to put things online for sale. People from out of state would pay him and then he would never give them the items, which is what these charges are related to. The two that I have now are people from out of state. I've talked to these people and I went forward because they said they wanted to prosecute him to travel here to do that. When he got served with these, Detective Bo was investigating him on yet another situation where he did the exact same thing. So now he has a new F case, I think, that is now in there. He's actually got 18 different pending cases, a mixture of this type of stuff along with cold checks and stuff of that nature. I was going to ask the court that whatever bond that you do would like to be some form of cash, because I feel like there's really no other type of bond, I think, that's going to ensure that he's going to. Because the other problem that we're going to have too is if he keeps persistently doing this stuff, we've got out-of-state witnesses that we have to pull and that we have to get AOC here, travel here, and we have to try the case and stuff of that nature. So there's also that concern as well for us.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, I right now, these are set at, partial secured cash. I don't know what his new F case is that he got arrested on, but I guess he'll probably see Judge Pendleton today on that. I thought that there was a probation issue going on, and like I said, in Cumberland County. I don't know whether there's a warrant on that or what. I don't know.
I talked to Officer Alexander. He's monitoring there. He was going to ask the judge there he was going to have something filed. So I expect it hasn't been done already, but it will be.
Okay.
I just want to make the court aware this is an ongoing issue.
Yeah.
And if the court does contemplate what the chief's bond would like to be heard at some point, because the situation may change. We may discover there's other victims, just to make the court aware of this.
Yeah, sure. Well, and I think Jason had sent me something because he thought he was on probation here at first, and because he had sent me something about a week or so back that he was had gotten word of something. So I don't really know if it's what he got arrested on or what the deal was. But then when we realized he wasn't on probation here, that was, I didn't follow up on it. But right now, these are like I said, 2,500 each with 10% cash on each one. Given what you have laid out there, Mr. Richardson, I don't feel like that's. I don't intend to. I intend to leave those in place. The new case is not. I don't really know that I can consider that a violation because it was something that he was investigating on. So, I'm not going to revoke any bonds or anything like that, but I'm not going to lower them either. It'll take $250 cash on each one of these to get out. We're going to go 6/28/2021 pretrial conference, 1:00. Mr. Metter, if or when you do get out, and of course, I don't know what's going on your probation cases either, so I don't know what'll happen, but do you have a phone number where I can try to give to your attorney?
270-670-8779.
670-8779. 8779.
So the bonds here are $250 cash, correct, Your Honor?
That's right. That's as far as your circuit court. I don't know what your district court bond is, and I don't know what any other county might have, if anything. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Tabitha Riley. Y'all have a motion on this one yet? I was thinking Candy sent an email. She might not have. Yeah. Yeah, it is. There is. May 12th. All right. Mr. Berry, this is 19 CR 578, Tabitha Riley, Commonwealth's motion to void pretrial diversion. It is going to be, I don't know, 1:00 or 2:00. 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 1:00 it is going to be set for next Tuesday, which is the 25th of May at 1:30. I would say, Ms. Gardner, and you, I don't guess you knew this, but you might want to talk to Candy about it because when she got arrested, they drug tested her, and there'll be something relevant in there that you probably want to supplement your motion with. All right, so
They say that at the jail.
I'm sorry.
And who tested her?
Yes. All right, 5:25 at 1:30. Okay, thank you. Joshua Stock.
He looks happy.
I'll have to supplement the motion. Without being charged.
All right. We can go over to Tuesday, the 25th at 1:30.
Your Honor, can we just get all this done today? Can we just take care of everything today? Like this has been going on now for over a year. I went to rehab. I did 6 months of rehab. I completed it. I got out. Some bad stuff happened. I went right back to drugs. Can we just take care of this today? I know you guys are about to crack my head anyways. Can we just get this taken care of so I know what I'm doing? I'm tired of sitting in this place and wondering like how long it's going to be before I get sanctioned or how long it's going to be before I get sentenced. Can we just, I'm ready to just drop all of it today and take care of it today. I'm over sitting in this place. I'm over being on probation. So can we just get it done today, Your Honor? I messed up and caught a new possession charge, and like I said, some bad stuff happened with family, and I reverted right back to getting high. And you guys caught me as I was going to get high. So I didn't know that I was supposed to go to probation until the 18th of this month. I didn't receive no paper at where I live, my address. I currently have been half-assed staying with my girlfriend, and then I moved back to the house I was in. Can we just take care of this today, Your Honor, please, or something?
The deal with that is that I have to have
Violation.
I thought you were giving, yeah. Well, the deal is that I have to supply you with an attorney when there's a request to.
I already have one, Josh Spears.
Yeah, no, he's not here. He's not here anymore. So I have to appoint, he took another job. So I have to appoint a different attorney for you.
Can I ask you a favor? Okay, last time I was here, you offered me the opportunity to get out on house arrest. Okay, and the guy that went in front of me, his name was Josh. Josh Curry to be exact. You let him out on house arrest and waived his fees. Is there any way I could do that, Your Honor? Give me this last chance, and I could report to probation today. I could get put on an ankle monitor today. I mean, that's the only other thing I could think of.
Well, I don't think I can do that until I let the Commonwealth have its opportunity to be heard, which it's filed a motion and wants to be heard on what the outcome ought to be. And since your attorney's not here anymore, I've got to appoint a different attorney, and they're not going to want to agree to anything, I don't think, until they have a chance to at least try to figure out what's going on. I mean, we're just talking about a week. So I'm going to put it on for next Tuesday and assign you an attorney, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Ranisha Whitlow.
I'm about to flip from the fuck out and I go back. Please. Please, before I get in trouble, can I please go back?
Sit there and shut up for a
I'm
minute.
not gonna be told to shut, I'm not gonna be told to shut up. I asked, can I please go back? Please, can I go back? Before I freak out and get in trouble. But yeah, you're gonna tell me to shut up. Okay, well, I'm not gonna shut up. I'm gonna continue talking till you slam me on the floor. How about that? I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
I don't care, Mr. Alexander. Put me in contempt. I don't care. I wanted to go back so I didn't get in trouble before I got loud and acted stupid. I asked,
Ms. Whitlow.
can I please go back?
Yes, sir.
have a seat, please.
I'm standing up.
Come on over here, Mr. Stock.
Mr. Alexander, I asked her nicely if I could please go back before I acted stupid. And she told me to shut up. I'm not gonna be told to shut up by you or by her.
Listen, we got 3 people left.
I don't-
4 people left
I don't
to
care.
talk to.
I
know, but the whole world doesn't revolve around you, man.
Hey, listen to you either. Put me in contempt, I don't care. 30 more days? What's 30 days to 8 years you're gonna give me? 9 years, yeah, it's okay. Put that in your nose.
All right,
Can you come to the multi?
fair.
Thank you.
I mean, that behavior is intolerable, so
She's allowing me to go back now, that's what she wanted, so.
I will hold Mr. Stock in contempt.
Hey, Sam.
Can I please go back so I don't act stupid? She done got me all riled up and I done got contempt and everything.
Just get him out of here.
Please. That's all I ask.
Why are you gonna eat better than anybody else? Apologize, Judge.
I'll do respect now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have his revocation hearing on Tuesday. I'm holding him in contempt. He's getting 90 days in jail. I'll have his revocation hearing after that. Those are contempt days, not custody days. He's not getting credit for those. I mean, I've done everything in the world to try to help him and he's not, doesn't want any of it.
I ain't gonna rehab. I ain't never rehab ever. Ever.
24.
You hear me?
Yes.
That part never in rehab before we go. Get there.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
How did I get rehab? Oh, here. Yeah. Yeah. Like the old, down Marcellus Strip Front. Down that college. Not college. How do I have, I heard they're gonna go rehab. But I gotta wait till next 4 days, can I go over and say, Ron, I'm sorry, not to get burglary.
I have no idea. All right, Miss Whitlow.
I just said, no, over here.
Oh, that's Travis. All right, Miss Whitlow, you are here. You gave me her file and I gave it back to you inadvertently. I apologize. Miss Whitlow has a pretrial, but it's not for a couple of weeks, but you got arrested over the weekend. Yeah, with a new DUI. And I felt like that wasn't something that needed to ignore. So that's why you're still there, Miss Whitlow.
What do I have a pretrial in a couple of weeks for? I know I have a meeting with Bobby like in the middle of the June.
Yeah, that's your
That
pretrial. It's June the 14th. But the
Okay.
meeting is supposed to be right up here in this courtroom.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, you may have had an appointment with him, but I don't know anything about that because that would be between you and him. But you were supposed to have court on June the 14th,
Correct.
but then you got this arrest in between there. I don't know if, do you want to, since Mr. Richardson, well, that guy that was in here earlier, I moved him to next Monday and he was supposed to come back with Bobby, but then he said he might try to just see if he could come up with him today. So I don't know, but I mean, you want me to put this on for Monday morning and see if, because I think he'll be here. And then if he comes back up here today, we can talk to him about it as long as you don't. let me-
Well, Judge, is there any way I could get out today? I have an interview. It was supposed to be at 8 a.m. with Scotty's, and I was able to reschedule it till this afternoon. So that's the reason why I haven't been able to pay my other court fee, because I haven't had no job. My unemployment hasn't came in. And so I'm trying to get a job to where I can, get situated.
Well, you've got two problems. You're on probation.
No, sir, I'm not on probation.
Are you off probation?
Yes, sir.
When did that end?
That ended over a year ago. I haven't reported since the last time I saw you for that case, and it ended in maybe March of last year. So I'm currently not on probation, sir.
I lost a whole year.
It's okay.
So you're not on probation. You've just got this other pending felony charge that then you picked up a new charge.
Correct.
What's your new charge?
A DUI
Is that all?
and the possession of marijuana.
All right. And I mean, right now we are in a situation where the Commonwealth says that it intends to file a motion to revoke your bond. And if the Commonwealth does that, then I'm going to hold you until we can have that hearing, because that's how, it works when you get charged with violating your bond by picking up new charges. The other problem, as I see it, is that even though you are not on probation, when you were on probation, and then even in this case, I mean, continuing the marijuana situation has been what's caused most of your problems, is getting caught or having dirty marijuana tests when you were on probation. Wasn't that right?
That was correct.
Yeah. And then this new charge involves, the same thing. I think if my memory serves, I don't have any of the paperwork here, but I think not only was it a DUI, but it was a DUI with a collision, a wreck.
I don't have the citation. She does everything.
Yeah. I don't think anybody got hurt. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, alleging that, but, I mean, we've got some issues here that we need to nail down and try to figure out. I mean, I'd like for you to quit getting in trouble.
Sir, I can do that. If you let me out, I promise I will do that. I will quit the marijuana. I just.
What am I going to base that decision on when it hadn't worked with you being on probation and being on bond? Either one hadn't kept you from getting in more trouble.
Well, what about house arrest? That'll keep me in the house and I won't be able to go out to do it.
It's a second offense. Yeah, I don't know what the aggravator is. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, you have a wreck while you're on bond, you get charged with a DUI. That makes me nervous. I mean, that could easily been worse than what it was.
Just please give me another chance. Like I promised, I'm done. I have a child. I have a job interview today, and that's all I need is to start working to be able to stay out of the streets. If my
listen, Yeah, you've got lots of reasons to be staying out of trouble, but none of them are making it happen.
Well, that's because my unemployment hasn't came in. I have a schedule for unemployment at the ending of this month, which is May the 28th. So that's not when I'm going to start getting money. So if I have this job interview with Scotty's today, which I'll be making $15.25 an hour, I'm supposed to talk to Michelle and she's going to get me in. If I start working, then I will be fine. Because in order to work at that job, I have to stay clean.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. What time's your appointment with Scotty's?
It was at 8 a.m, but I was able to ask my parents to reschedule it till 1 this afternoon.
And do you got to go to Bowling Green to do that?
No, Glasgow.
All right. All right.
Your Honor, she still has to take care, I don't know if she was going to post her bond, but she still has to take care of her bond for district.
Oh, I thought they told me,
Where she's
pretrial officer told me that it
putting
was
on
an
her bond.
unsecured. Was it not an unsecured bond?
No, I'm showing 2,000 cash due to it being the DUI second or greater with the aggravator, and that we also have her as having the pending case.
Okay, is it no way that can be like a security bond or like a surety bond or anything?
I mean, judge may very well change it, but of course that would be at 12:30. But that's what I'm showing that Judge Pendleton set it at on the evening of the 15th.
All right, what were you saying?
Citation reads, police were called on a reckless driver, possible intoxicated driver complaint that responded. Called in, followed the vehicle, and then called in at Walmart where there was a collision, so they responded to an injury. Call on that.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't tell me anything. I mean, it tells me something, but it doesn't tell, because I know, I mean, that could be the aggravator. The aggravator is serious bodily injury or death, and I sure didn't hear about anybody getting dead,
She refused to provide it.
which is no longer, yeah. That's a whole different, yeah. It's going to take a while for that to catch up. Well, Amy, I can't take care of the district court thing. I can, I am going to, I will allow her out on house arrest for this case. We'll still put it on for Monday, and, because the Commonwealth may still want to file that motion, and we'll still need to have a hearing if that's the case.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, under house arrest. And what amount do you want to use, Your Honor?
2,500.
2,500.
Yeah.
So she have an ankle monitor, or it'll just be house arrest until?
Yeah, and I want that on by the end of the day. If she can get out and go to this job interview, I don't want to get in the way. I don't know if she's going to be able to do it as far as.
Right, of course, I understand.
But she can get out and go to that and then get the ankle monitor on afterwards, as long as it gets done before the day's over with.
And I will still be able to go to my job with that ankle monitor?
Yeah, it won't keep you from going to work.
Okay.
I hope you get the job. That would help a lot, I think.
Well, sir, I talked to her Friday and she told me to call her Monday. So I've been following up with her a lot, and I think I really do have the job. That's why.
Well, I know, but you hadn't gotten your second DUI when that happened, because you're not going to have a driver's license or anything now.
It still waits for me to get to work, though.
Okay.
Your Honor, I know the safe route.
I know.
The complaint that person called in the complaint, I think I know this person, and trustworthy, and I think it's a very dangerous situation.
He's going 80 miles an hour, 1297.
Well, and you're in this situation, I mean, there's a lot, I don't know that you're going to get anything done on your bond in district court anyway. But I mean, I'm not going to be, if you are on house arrest with an ankle monitor and not able to drive, which will be a condition of your bond because you're not going to have a driver's license anyway. So you can't break the law, and that'll be a condition of your bond is no driving without a valid license. You know, I'm going to be satisfied with that for the time being, but that doesn't mean that the Commonwealth might not still file a motion and we might not still have a hearing and I might still revoke your bond. I'm trying to just give you the chance to go to this job interview and maybe get this job, but it might not matter.
I
If you
appreciate
screw up,
that.
it definitely won't matter. All
I
right.
appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, you said you said on Monday.
No, but I mean, if you file the motion, I mean, if she doesn't have a job, then I'll take that into account. Huh? I'm putting it on
Did you
for
say you
Monday,
wanted her to for sure? At what time, Judge?
10 o'clock, because that's when we told
10, okay.
Bobby to come. on
All
that.
right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Star Whitlow.
Howdy, Judge. How are you? I bet I look better. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Actually, I'm really good. Almost 60 days clean, completed a 30-day drug rehab, and I live in a sober living house, and I no longer live around here, which is what helps keep me clean and sober today.
I think what we've got on our plate right now is that the Commonwealth filed the motion to revoke your probation. All of these things that you're telling me, if they have happened after that motion got filed. And of course, they don't have any knowledge of any of that, as far as I know. Her officer was Seth, and I know that he called and told me that she had gotten into this place, but that he didn't want me to recall her warrant because we needed to clear the deck on what had happened up to that point. And then if, maybe decide to let her go back, that's fine. But, and I agreed with him. So that's why she's in jail. I do think they went to the sober living house and got her
Yes, that's what I
in
was at.
Davis County.
Can I say something, Judge A? May I?
Yes.
Okay, so I've been on the run. There's no doubt about that. Okay, I'm not sugarcoating nothing here. When I got out of Rivendell, I found out I had cirrhosis of the liver. Okay, I went on the run, man. I had a lot hit me. Found out I had full-blown cirrhosis after I got to the treatment in Owensboro. I had just set in the early stages of it. Okay, when I left Rivendell, when you all sent me to Rivendell, okay, or probation and pro sent me to Rivendell, I should say. So I left. I went on the run. I put myself at Hope House in Owensboro almost 60 days ago. Okay. I found out I set into full-blown cirrhosis. I no longer have full-blown cirrhosis of the liver. That's a God thing. I don't know if you believe in God. I do. He gave me another chance. He gave me another breath. Okay. Found out I wasn't producing blood. The reason I wasn't producing blood, I've been really sick. Okay. I was almost dead when I got here. Or when I got there, I should say. So it's been a long road. Okay. All I can tell you today is whether you give me 14 days or you revoke me, I get it. I understand why. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to revoke you today, and I'm not going to give
But
you
I don't
14
want to
days.
lose my bed. Does that make sense?
Do what?
I don't want to lose my bed. I cannot stay sober in this county. I cannot stay clean in this county.
I'm not arguing with you.
I can't, okay? Or the surrounding counties. I got a charge account in every county, okay? That's why I went 200 some mile away from here, or 2 hours away from here. Does that make sense? I have a job. I work with 323.
Hold on.
I do have a job though.
Hold the phone.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what we're going to do, Ms. Whitlow. We're going to put, our next hearing date is a week from now.
Okay.
Mr. Berry is going to have his, he's got social services clinician equivalent there in his office, which is basically, I think she's called an alternative sentence coordinator or something, but it's all the same thing. We're going to have her call down and get some information from Hope House or whatever. And Greg, I've got the numbers and everything. Yes, sir. Hope Haven House.
Yes, that's what I'm in. That's the sober living house, but I graduated the treatment center, which was Hope House.
Right. I've got a number right here if you want to write it down. It is 270-929-2039. And the lady's name that wrote this letter is Whitney, last name Sheriff. And she says, this is to certify that Star Whitlow lives at Hope Haven House, 1006 Walnut Street, Owensboro, Kentucky, 42301. She completed 30-day inpatient treatment at Hope House, or it doesn't say that, but she completed 30-day inpatient treatment program, All right. So listen, we're going to have him, I'm going to put you on for next Tuesday, but if she calls down there and clears all this information and we can get you back down there, I think we'll figure something out before Tuesday.
Okay.
And let you go back.
I'd appreciate it because I do have a job. That's my only thing. And I've got restitution with you and I got restitution in Hart County of $8,000.
I don't want you to lose your job and I don't want you to lose your bed, either one.
Right.
I just didn't want all this stuff floating around. I mean, you know, that we needed to clear the decks. This warrant's been out for 6 months.
I know. And I have another question.
We needed to square it away.
Okay, so here's another problem I've got, Judge Alexander, okay? Because I don't want my feet touching the pavement here, okay? Because this place is toxic for me. And I take my sobriety serious today.
Okay.
If something happens, I get to go back. Can you all get me there?
I don't know about that. We'll work on that we'll work on that if we get the other deal worked out.
Yeah, I mean, if you could get me there, I'd appreciate it because I don't want my feet out here on this pavement, man.
We'll try our
Take it
best.
serious, okay?
We'll try our best. I think we can probably make it work.
All right.
All right. Hang in there.
Thanks, JJ.
All right. Travis Wilson. Mr. Berry, big problem that came up with Mr. Wilson was that he entered his plea there a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was, and he didn't go to probation and parole. And then he got a new charge.
I was going to say, he was given 2 opportunities to call, but she just shut up and said, didn't left the message saying, he got on Monday, so he gave me a check. And he shut that.
You're correct. So what's going to have to happen at the very least is I'm going to have the PSI done. You know, I'm gonna have to have him go down there and meet with him or take the PSI packet or whatever they do to the jail, which I mean, I think he just got arrested like Thursday or Friday or Saturday. I don't remember when it was. It was over the weekend. So Saturday. So they don't know, you know, to go get him, but or to take it down there. So officer, yeah. All right. So we'll get that done. I mean, if you all want to put it on for Monday, try to see if they can get it whipped up by then. That's fine.
I called probation and parole back, sir. Like I told you, when I done my last court hearing over the phone, I couldn't get a ride there until that following Monday. I called probation and parole back, I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 times before Friday, and it kept going to voicemail, and I left a voicemail for, I think it might have been Chase, maybe. Pretty sure. And nobody ever called me back, so I couldn't figure out what to do. Then somebody had contacted my mom stating that my court date had been changed from June 21st to the 28th. So.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
So what's happening?
Do what?
I said, so what's happening? Am I still getting the probation or?
Well, I don't know yet, Travis. We can't send it to you till you do all that PSI and everything. And so I'm gonna have them come down there and do that with you while you're in jail. And I'll put you on for next Monday and we'll see if we can get your sentencing done on Monday. I don't know if we can or not.
What about the new charge, a bond on it and the bond on this case? I mean,
I don't know about your new charge because that's in district court.
can I not be released back on bond to like Julie Atkins or something? Take drug test?
I can't speak to that other case. I don't know anything about what your bond is or what they're going to do.
I have court for that Wednesday. What about this one for you?
Well, in this case, you're not going to go anywhere until we can sentence you, which will hopefully be next Monday. Because listen, you had 2 bites at the apple to get down there to the probation office to do what you needed to do to get sentenced, and you didn't go. So, I'm not going to do it again. I'm just going to let them come to you, and they can get what they need, and then we'll try to do it. If we can do it Monday, we'll do it. If we can't, we'll talk.
So is the 3 years probation still on the table or what?
It's still on the table. I don't have any idea what the Commonwealth's going to argue about it, but the probation issue hadn't been decided yet. That was the original offer, and they may decide that they don't want to go along with that anymore because you got in trouble, but that decision hadn't been made yet.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Sir.
All right. Thank you. Cody Spencer. Oh, didn't y'all? I thought y'all told me he got.
He got transferred to KCPC.
Yeah, he's already gone, right? Yeah. So we're going to reschedule him to, let's call it June 14th at 10 o'clock. Hopefully he'll be back by then. Bonnie, you have anybody else in there that I don't know about?
I've got Brooklyn Flickner.
You got who?
Brooklyn Flickner.
Brooklyn Flick. Is she on my list?
She was head on docket.
All right, ask her to come up, please. You have filed a motion? Oh, but we put her in drug court from that. She's in drug court.
Yeah, I'm in here on drug court.
She just keeps screwing up, and that's why I wanted to see her. I'm the one that I just forgot. I'm the one that told her to cut off because I just want to know if you're going to do this or not. You keep screwing up, and you don't seem like you give a shit. So, are you going to do it or not?
Yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm sick of coming in and out of here. I was actually late. This time that I come in, I was late for my drug test. I'd started my medicine again because I hadn't been taking it because, I was getting high, I was getting drunk. So I didn't feel there was a need to take my medicine to help me sleep at night. So I started my Seroquel when I got out of jail the Sunday I got out. And I told my mama to throw it away. I don't even want the Seroquel anymore. Like, I want to do it. I overslept, and that was my fault. I know it was 110% my fault. And Candy still tested me that day. I was clean, but it was 110% my fault. I should have woke up to my alarm. I just overslept. I slept through my alarms. Okay. It was my fault.
Okay, listen, I apologize. I'm frustrated with you because you got a big chance here, and I don't think that you've been taking it seriously. And I apologize because I shouldn't have said what I said. All right. The second thing is, a lot of people are doing this to help you, and your attitude hadn't been real good. And, you don't get to decide when you go get tested or whatever, that those decisions are made for you, and you just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you went off to Florida without anybody knowing it. Not heaven knows what you were doing down there, but I bet it wasn't.
It wasn't anything great. I know that.
Yeah.
And I admitted that to Candy. So yes.
And there has been plenty happen here that you could have, that Candy could have said,
she could.
Judge, I think we need to kick her out of drug court. And I might have agreed with her, but she hadn't said that. Okay.
Right.
But you need to know that these aren't unlimited bottomless chances. These are, you know, if you're not going to make any progress, then we're going to quit trying.
Right.
That's what you need to know.
I'm ready this time. My sister's done straightened up. It's my turn. My mom, my sister, everybody's straightened up. Besides my dad, he's sitting in here, but you know,
Well,
maybe he'll straighten up too.
Well, listen, I'm not blaming, you know, you for your dad, and I mean, you know.
Oh
he's-
yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's my turn to straighten up.
It's your turn to straighten up. But listen, I mean, you know, when you felt like you had something to do, you know, to be good for, you did it.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
And now, you know, that you've had your baby and all that, and I mean, you know, why on earth would you not think that that's a worthwhile reason to straighten your life up and get out of trouble and stay out? Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
We have got to start making more progress than what we've been making.
I agree.
Are you with me? I think that you got a sanction from that no-show. Candy did tell me that you ended up coming in, and I guess that's where the warrant came in.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, you got to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that she had a sanction, and it should be up, you know, sometime in the next week. I can't remember when it was. All right, Bonnie, is that it for the morning?
That's all I've got, Judge, yes.
All right. See you later.
See ya. I'm finished.
Yeah, that's all right. I got a bunch of people up here. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see, who do I got? What are you doing here? Yeah, this is Mr. Fields, 19 CR 619. I think maybe you all have a motion. Come on up. Right at the line there. This is the Commonwealth's motion to revoke probation. Do you all have an idea? Y'all have an idea of when you want to?
Judge, it's based on a new arrest, possession synthetic, reason for it, I guess it's already been offered, made at district court, rocky docket on that. I assume it's probation on that.
It's conditioned on him getting treatment.
Right.
So, whatever.
And so, if he enters that plea, then we'll withdraw the motion. It's time for a vote.
Well, okay, do you know when he goes to court downstairs to talk about that?
I think that he's supposed to be here next Monday to enter his plea.
Okay.
Send paperwork.
All right, so why don't I just pass this to Monday and we'll see what happens. He needs to talk it. He needs to call his lawyer though, doesn't he? Who is it? Is it Robert?
Downstairs, it's Candace.
Miss Hill? Have you talked to her recently?
I had a couple of different things going on. And, so about the other both, concur.
They're together, but they're
Yeah.
consecutive to this. They're consecutive because of this.
All right, well, we're gonna put him on for Monday at 1:00 and we'll see what transpires with that other case. And then that'll inform what we do with this case, okay? All right, see ya. All right, let's see, William Poole? Mr.
Judge,
Poole?
this is Ken Garrett. That's my case.
All right, Mr. Poole, can you turn your mic on? Oh, he's trying. Never mind.
Have we go?
All right. Mr. Garrett,
Yes, Your Honor.
how do you wish to proceed here, sir?
Judge, I will waive the fact that this is being recorded by video and conducted by video, acknowledge identity of the defendant, acknowledge having received a copy of the indictment, enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
All right. All right, plea of not guilty. Let's go. We're going to set a pretrial for 6/28 at 1 o'clock. Mr. Poole, stay in contact with your attorney. You all talk about this. He'll be in touch with the Commonwealth, and we'll see where we are when we come back. That's 6 weeks or so from now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Garrett,
Yes, Judge.
you have another one?
I do. There's another pool on there, Mickey Pool.
I thought there was, but I don't know where that file went. I saw it a minute ago. It's probably still in my possession. Yeah, here it is. All right.
And he should be on the line.
There he is. Yeah. All right. So you are Mickey Poole?
Yes, sir.
Is your address 2575 West Mount Vernon Road,
Yes, sir.
Bethpage, Tennessee?
Yes, sir.
I guess I didn't ask the other Mr. Poole, but since he's still on here, is your address 1725 Fairfield Road, Westmoreland?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Garrett.
Judge, for the record, I will waive the fact that this is being recorded and conducted by Zoom. Acknowledge the identity of the defendant as being the same person named in the indictment. Waive formal reading of the indictment. Acknowledge having received a copy of the indictment and a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
All right. So we'll set his case for a pretrial on the same day. And same deal there, Mr. Poole. Just stay in contact with your attorney. He'll be talking to the Commonwealth. You all will discuss things, and we'll see where we are on the 28th of June at 1 o'clock. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I expect they will. Yeah. All right.
Judge, I've also got Justin Halcomb for arraignment.
Okay. Got it right here. Justin Halcomb.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Halcomb, do you have a camera on that thing?
Yes, sir. It's saying it's on, but I think Mr. Garrett said as long as I could see you, that it was. I can see you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Judge,
can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. My drop-down menu says that you have a video because it gives me the chance to ask you to turn it on. Oh, it looks like it's been turned. There we go.
There we go. It's fine. It's on now.
Yeah. All right. All right. Mr. Garrett, Mr. Halcomb, let me ask you this. What's your address, sir?
It's 8845 Woodford Drive, Charlestown, Indiana.
All right. Gotcha. And that's what you all have now, so I'm not going to change. All right, Mr. Garrett, what do you want to do?
Judge, I'll acknowledge the identity of the defendant as being the same person named in the indictment, waive formal reading of the indictment, waive the fact that this is being conducted by Zoom, and enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
All right, so I guess let's go ahead and put this pretrial for the 28th of June at the same time.
Yes, sir.
As those other two. Mr. Halcomb, be sure that your attorney can get in touch with you, stay in contact with him, and we will come back on the 28th of June at 1 o'clock, and we'll see where we are at that stage, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let us see. Do I have Hollis Baker?
Turn it off.
Here, the first day we were in person.
Yeah.
He had indicated that he had traveled here from Indiana. that
Right.
he was provided some form of proof that he was in a treatment program.
Correct.
I had talked to him and said he was sent to courthouse or someone, proof of completion, that he didn't need to.
Correct.
We talked about it not hearing, so I don't have anything, I don't know if the TPA has anything.
I don't have anything, and you're exactly right. Although I don't know why it's on here, because on May the 3rd, I wrote continue to August 2nd to appear or show proof. I don't know why it's on here today. Huh? Well, I don't know what happened, but he's not even supposed to be on today, so.
I think it's one of those that got.
Way back when it got-
It's in one of those huge clumps.
Gotcha. All right.
So it's on for August 2nd and 10th.
Gotcha.
Well, it's just that one did not get sorted.
Let's see. Richard Small. Well, he might be. He's on my Zoom call right now. That's the only reason I called him. I don't think he spoke. I think his case is set for 1 o'clock rather than now, but he might have had some reason that he couldn't be here at 1 o'clock. I don't know.
No, I just came on early. I didn't want to miss your record.
All right.
Mr. Berry and I had talked about Mr. Small's case because he was in jail. Mr. Berry had a chance to talk to him. I made him offer. So it's just a matter of them getting together and talking about it.
All right. Mr. Barry, we can go ahead and do Mr. Small's case right now so he doesn't have to get back on at 1 o'clock. Because I think you all, well, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't need it. Do you need me to get any information from him so you all can talk?
No, I've got.
You've got his phone? All right. How long would you like on this?
Everybody got to be here in 2 weeks.
No, that's Memorial Day. Yeah. Mr. Small, will you be where your attorney can call you, let's say tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
All right. We can pass this over to next Monday. Greg, that's fine. It's another one we got a bunch on, but I mean, you know, that's what they pay us for.
So next Monday.
Yeah, the 24th.
Or
And we'll do that in the afternoon, which is 1 o'clock to us. If you're in Louisville or Lexington, it's 2 o'clock, but
yes, sir. I'm in Louisville.
okay. I couldn't remember. All right. So we'll see you then. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
John Deloge. John Deloge. I don't know. I mean, there's an opaque square with his or rectangle with his name on it and the microphone marked out. Oh, there he is. There he is. All right, Mr. Deloge, how are you? Oh, your mic's off.
How's that?
Yeah, that's better. Can you tell me your address, sir?
Yes, sir. It is 11682 Cemetery Road, Bowling Green, Kentucky, 42103.
Okay. Mr. Deloge, you're here because you've been charged with one count of failure to comply with the sex offender registration. It's a first offense. That is a Class D felony. Do I need to appoint an attorney for you?
I don't have one, sir.
Okay. Would you hand that to Mr. Berry for me, please? All right. Let's set this for, oh, well, I'm sorry. Mr. Berry, do I need to explain his rights or do you want to waive that? All right. Let's do this. Let's set him down for a plea of not guilty. I will get a phone number where you can contact him, and we'll set this for a pretrial conference on July the 12th at 1 o'clock. Can you give me your phone number so I can pass that along to your attorney?
Yes, sir. It's 270-599-9667.
Did you get that? All right. Mr. Deloge, just be sure that you communicate with your attorney, and we'll see you back here on July the 12th at 1 o'clock, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I got one more person on, but your name isn't on here, so I don't know who it is. Is that Mr. Blanton?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You don't know what's on. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. How are you? This is, did you file a motion? Okay. Yeah, there is on 426.
Okay.
There's nobody up there right now. All right, he had to go get a chair, it looks like.
Yeah. All right.
Mr. Blanton,
Yes, sir.
Are you, where are you right now? Are you in a facility of some sort right now, or are you just?
I'm at my comp care, my therapist's office.
Oh, okay.
My therapist.
I got you.
I'm at the office.
I'm with you.
They picked me up this morning.
Yes, ma'am. Here, hold on a minute. I'm gonna. Oh, you have it. I thought you were asking me for it. I'm sorry. Mr. Berry, this is one that we did via Rocket Docket, I think. So Mr. Blanton it's Lexington, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was in Lexington when we did his plea, and I think maybe he was at the same office that he's at now.
Yes, sir.
But he had never come here in person. Yes, ma'am.
In the violation supervision report provided by his officer, they requested revocation, but I don't mean to downplay what the violations are. Use of a controlled substance, amphetamines, meth, and I think he's not used. Stated he's pled guilty to, this is a drug case. He's not in custody now.
Right.
I would be willing to try to resolve it with some kind of treatment if he would get assessed by the social service clinician. But something tells me that if he's at his therapist's office, then there's probably been some kind of arrangement already made.
Well, he was already in this when we did his plea, because I remember him being in an office and we asked him at that time. Well, no, he was at this therapist's office. Yeah. All right, Mr. Blanton, go ahead. You were wanting to say something.
Yes, I was going to say they enrolled me in IOP, and supposed to come back to start today on Monday, Monday, and go to my classes.
So your probation officer put you in outpatient, or the comp care put you in outpatient?
Get ready to start.
I'm sorry,
I'm
probation?
gonna start. I'm gonna start if that's, if that's a suggestion.
Okay,
The IOP.
all right. So, and you're supposed to
Treatment.
start IOP today. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm gonna call after I get off the court thing, then I'm calling in to them and because I was supposed to start last week, but I'm trying to work at a work schedule and get into IOP at the same time so I can work and do this, but it's not going, I figured out, I was telling her it's not gonna work out by schedule, so I'm just going ahead and do the full IOP. I just gonna have to not work right now. I need the full treatment. That's all there is to it. I need it.
Yeah.
I need the treatment, but I was trying to work and do the treatment and I couldn't find the time to do both. So I'm just have to let the work go and go on and do my treatment, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Commonwealth's willing to allow you to do treatment, instead of revoking you, which I think because we haven't had multiple violations or anything. I mean, this is the first time we've gotten a violation. So
Yes, sir.
I would go along with that. I guess, I don't know how you want to approach that though, if he's already got an IOP set up versus if you think he needs to go to his probation officer and get an assessment done first.
I got to report to him tomorrow or Wednesday, I mean.
Okay.
So this is something he's doing on his private information thing.
I don't know if, I'm not sure I understood you right. Did your probation officer, is that the one that told you to go to the IOP or did your counselor there set that up for you?
No, I just set it up for him after, I took it in, every day, I just worked with it, and I did first day of symptoms.
Before it was too late, and I really went back and I did go back to jail. So she got me in treatment. She got me in the treatment.
Who is she?
You mean your counselor did?
Yeah, they got me in the treatment, yes.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm fine with, continuing this generally on condition that he complete this intensive outpatient that he's enrolling in. But I'd like for him to provide some proof to his probation officer. I'll email his probation officer and let him know that's how we're resolving this motion, so he knows to expect some proof of enrollment in this program.
All right. I bet you all can communicate that you all have some kind of centralized, yeah. All right, here's what we'll do, Mr. Blanton.
Yes, sir.
What we'd like you to do is go ahead and start up on that IOP and, enter and complete that. I have a probation officer in here, which is obviously not your probation officer, but he can communicate with him and he's going to notify your probation officer that that's how we're resolving this for the time being. And as long as you get into that treatment and you go along with it and make progress and ultimately complete that, we'll be in good shape. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And if you're going to meet your probation officer in the next day or two, which is, I can't remember whether you said tomorrow or the next day, but be
Wednesday.
sure you make that. He'll know about all this by the time that you go see him. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see while I'm on here. Gregory J. Ballard. In January, the court notice that you sent him at 777 Hidden Valley Estates came back. No such number. The one you sent in February never came back. So explain that. That'll be a warrant on indictment, whereabouts unknown. Teresa Buster, the person that was supposed to give her a ride did not appear, and she called crying, apparently frantic, of worried that she was going to get in trouble.